Welcome to another episode of the Jampack Report, today for December the 24th of 2020. It is Christmas Eve. For those out there celebrating, I do hope you enjoy the holiday season, and of course, no matter how you celebrate, I do hope you find some joy around this time of year. With that being said, there will be no show tomorrow morning. Of course, it is going to be Christmas morning. I'll be spending it with my very close family, socially distanced and huddling down in a corner, cowering from 2020 and looking forward to 2021, which will hopefully be the saving grace from this horrendous monstrosity of a year. With that being said, there is still some news to dive into today, so without further ado, let's go ahead and talk more about Cyberpunk 2077, because the latest update has finally squashed that horrendous PC save file corruption bug, but it doesn't fix the ones already impacted. The latest Cyberpunk 2077 update resolves an issue which resulted in PC save files larger than 8 megabytes being corrupted. CD Projekt said Hotfix 1.06 removes the 8 megabyte file size limit, although it does not fix save files corrupted prior to the patch's release. The update also improves memory management and stability on consoles, leading to fewer crashes, according to the developer. And it fixes an issue which resulted in Dum Dum going missing during the second conflict quest. Hotfix 1.06 is the latest in a series of patches designed to improve the performance of the game, which has been criticized for a large range of technical issues, particularly on consoles. Following the title's troubled launch, CD Projekt pledged to improve the experience with a series of updates, but it also said consumers not wanting to keep it could get their money back. Sony and Microsoft subsequently began offering refunds for players who had purchased Cyberpunk 2077 digitally. The former even pulled the game from sale on the PlayStation Store, while Microsoft added a performance warning to the title's Xbox Store page. CD Projekt is still planning to release a large Cyberpunk 2077 patch in January, with another following in February, which the company has claimed should fix the most prominent issues players are experiencing on last-gen consoles and bring those versions closer to the PC experience. The company claimed this week that Cyberpunk 2077 has sold 13 million copies after factoring in returns to retailers and outstanding refund requests. So we talked yesterday about the sales, and we've been talking for the past 2 weeks about the actual game itself and how buggy it was on last-gen hardware and overall the state of the game. So if you want to go out and check out those latest episodes of the Jampack Report, you are more than willing to do so to get the full rundown on the story. But with that being said, this is a very important fix, and for those that don't know what was going on with this 8 megabyte size limitation, once you surpassed 8 megabytes in file size, so in other words, if you had a lot of items in your inventory, which tends to be the case in a game where crafting is possible, your save could get corrupted and you could lose the entirety of your playthrough, simply because you are playing through. Very important one to fix early on, and I'm glad that they have finally tackled this, but I do want to say, as much as we have been hating on Cyberpunk 2077, as much as the gaming industry has been frustrated around Cyberpunk 2077, the developers are working very diligently to get this fixed, and I have faith that this will be a good game in 2021. Now, will it be good on last-gen hardware? That is yet to be seen, but ultimately, I just want people to enjoy the game, and it's clear to see that developers are also taking that approach, where this game should have been delayed, but they're making the most of a bad situation, they're getting back to work, and they're pumping out these fixes. Now, of course, if you do want a refund and you happen to have bought it, you can go to the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Live Marketplace, wherever you need to go. I think it's just called the Xbox Store now, isn't it? I think it is. But regardless, you go to your storefront of choice and you can pick that bad boy up. On top of that, GameStop has also been reportedly offering full refunds regardless of whether or not the game is opened, which goes against their refund policy. And if all else fails, you can go directly to CD Projekt Red, hit up an email address designed specifically for this purpose, and say, hey, I got this game, I don't like it. They will find a way to get you your money back and make good on their promise of making a good game. Now, with that being said, if you want a good game to play this holiday season, Tetris Effect Connected is the game for you. And before I dive into this story, I just want to say, if you have an Xbox, you need to play Tetris Effect Connected because it is phenomenal. It might be my game of the year. And I say that as somebody who is a diehard Tetris fan. This title is just glorious. I am enjoying it every single time that I play, and I'm still playing it weeks after the release of the Xbox Series X, because it was the first game that I downloaded, and I still continue coming back to it time and time again. In a way, it almost feels like the Resogun of the Xbox Series X. Of course, Tetris Effect is also on PlayStation 4. I don't believe the connected update has come out yet, but ultimately, this is just one of the best Tetris games ever created. On top of that, it's just a genuinely fun video game itself. Now, with that being said, if you're playing on PC and you have a VR headset, you are in luck because Tetris Effect Connected now has VR support. Tetris Effect is an ideal game to both soothe and stimulate players, and now the Multiplayer Connected Edition works in virtual reality too. Tetris Effect Connected is not available on the PlayStation VR headset yet, but PC VR users can join in the action via Steam VR or Oculus VR. The 1.1 patch is available now with official support for Vive and Oculus Rift headsets, although the notes indicate that it should work with other Steam VR headsets too. Tetris Effect Connected launched in the fall on Xbox and Windows 10 store platforms with support for 4K and 60 FPS output, but not VR. On Xbox Series X. Updates adding connected features to the Epic Games Store and PlayStation versions will arrive this summer, but for now the Windows 10 edition is the one with both VR and multiplayer. So if you do want to dive in now, you can absolutely check it out, but again, I just adore this game, and if you have not played it, highly recommend picking up any version of Tetris Effect Connected because the team at Enhanced did phenomenally with this game. And of course, you see the trailer here where it shows people all coming together as Tetraminos to essentially play a game of Tetris, but man, what a good game this one is. So if you're picking one up this holiday season, Tetris Effect is out now on PlayStation 4. Of course, it runs on PlayStation 5. If you want the multiplayer, Connected is out on the Xbox Series X. So dive in and give it a shot. But perhaps you are wanting something different. The Steam Winter Sale is back with big discounts. You can replenish your pile of shame starting a couple of days ago, but again, slow news day, so I wanted to highlight this sale. On top of that, by the way, the Epic Games Store is also having their winter sale going on now with plenty of freebies to give out, the $10 coupon. We talked about that, but hey, if you are on PC, that is the place to go. And there are also sales going on Xbox and PlayStation as well. So dig in, see what you can find, and check out the highlights. The annual Steam Winter Sale is underway now, and with it voting for the Steam Awards for 2020. The sale lasts until Tuesday, January 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and as usual offers steep discounts on big names and current releases. Right now, there are dozens, if not actually thousands of games going for $10 or less, and even more being offered at up to 75% off of their list price. That includes Ark Survival Evolved, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, Far Cry New Dawn, and Watch Dogs 2, just to name a few. Other special offers include Ace Combat Skies Unknown and Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, along with Sekiro Shadows Die Twice and Death Stranding. For the 2020 Steam Awards, Valve has selected 5 nominees in 10 different categories, and not all of the candidates are games that launched in 2020. Categories range from Outstanding Visual Style to Best Game You Suck At, and the Game of the Year contenders include 2018's Red Dead Redemption 2 and 2019's Death Stranding, although it did come to Steam in July 2020. Voting is open through January 3rd at noon Eastern Time. So again, some of the highlighted deals they point out here include Death Stranding at $29.99, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice at $38.99, an okay deal, I suppose, if it is the Game of the Year edition after all. But ultimately, if you do want to dive in, Steam is, of course, your hub for everything PC. You can check out anything you really want. Among Us down 20% to $3.99 from $4.99. Look at that savings. Just kidding. That's not that big of a deal, but hey, a dollar's a dollar. But there are plenty of games to dive into if you do want to check them out. Also, this UI is very nice, very well done to the team at Valve. Very good stuff here. I will mention Halo the Master Chief Collection down to $23.99. Halo, go for it on PC. Fantastic. Really good time. Adjustable FOV, high frame rates, all that good stuff. But plenty to check out here on this year's sale if you do want to give it a look. But that rounds out today's abbreviated episode of the Jampack Report. Of course, I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday if you are celebrating. The show will be back next Monday, and of course, there will be an episode of The Drop or some kind of video next Sunday, depending on what is coming out during that strange limbo week between Christmas and New Year's. But again, thank you guys for an incredible 2020 so far. More shows coming next week, but man, what a time. It's been good. Been a really good year. But regardless, you guys have a fantastic holiday. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.